That night 5 years ago, we destroyed what for many was a symbol of hope. For a reason they'll never know. We cannot blame them for thinking us the cause of their misery. Though it's to give them a better tomorrow, they see only that we've made their lives harder today. Yet the boil must be lanced if it is to heal.
I can't help but wonder if we've made the right choice.
When Sid said that he wanted to create a world where we were free. Free to choose our own path. I honestly don't think it mattered to him if that choice was right or wrong. Only that it was our own.
I miss him.
A world where we can live and die as equals. That's what he wanted. What we want. And that's why I bear his name. It's why we've all chosen to bear his legacy. And I'm not going to let anything stand in our way.
Rides over, lovebirds, home sweet home. Otto was after you. Let's go and see him.
Never a dull moment.
I don't know how Final Fantasy always ends up doing this, but whenever Sid is mentioned, his airship is not very far away. And it's kind of poetic how they've done this. Like, Sid is dead, technically. Yeah, Sid is dead. I don't know why I said technically. But then we actually move into an airship. That's kind of...
Welcome back, Sid.
It's like written to be Final Fantasy at this point. Because now we're Sid and we're going to an airship. I don't know what to think about this anymore. But anyway, welcome to another part of Final Fantasy XVI. I am the Holy Apple, and this is Two Guys One Anime. Very scuffed intro, but we'll just run with it. So, pretty much from the last part, we had a really good fight against Typhon as Ifrit, and then Ultima showed up, and then Joshua showed up. They kind of had a weird thing, then 5-year time skip, and here we are. We're now called Sid for some reason. I'm assuming we're just taking on his name because he wants to follow on his legacy, like he said. And we're now moving into an airship, so yeah, let's see what things are in store for us.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Yes, I'm very confused with this ship as well, but nonetheless, it wouldn't be Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy game in general without a Highwind, I suppose. So that's one thing.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
So yeah, it looks like we do have... I'm hoping that they expand on that entire map system with all the armies, because something that was my favourite feature from a game called Growlancer, which is a really old game for the PS2 if you've ever heard of it, was basically it was a war between 3 different armies and you were the neutral party making them all stop going to war. So it was like a really interesting feature in a game, especially for a game like that. But I really look forward to see if they expand on it in this, because it would be a absolute... It would be a crime not to, I'll put it that way.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day.
That's one fight I'm really looking forward to.
I should get some rest while I can.
Yes. Titan vs Ifrit. That's going to be a really cool fight when you get to it. I imagine that's going to be in the game. It would be ridiculous if it isn't. Or maybe Shiva has a fight with him. I don't know yet.
Back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a Stolas. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
We've got some really interesting allies now.
Could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
We're about to find out. But yeah, so now we have a lawmaster, we have a tactician, I can only imagine, and then on top of that we also have a surgeon, which is a bit strange for a Final Fantasy game, but nonetheless. What's on this letter? Reports letters, Mr. Addressed to Clive, are delivered to the reading table. Okay, Republican play. Brigand army marches on the Empire Twin side, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing. I reckon I'll see you. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. Okay. So that's going to be an interesting play.
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an Eikon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Great, now we're gonna have to rally up, round up a villager. Oh.
Martha, leave the rest.
Probably some... I'm gonna guess the twins ran off like the kids. Like, it's always... God, this map's confusing. But yeah, it's always something like that, so... I need to actually check the map. Because... the thing that... Right, I like how this map's structured, but my god, this place is confusing. Muggles don't exist, apparently. But what the hell is that thing? What have you got for me?
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Curse breakers, you say? I'm very curious to see these curse breakers. But, yeah, find the curse breakers. Well, where am I going then? Okay, so there is actually a side quest down there. I imagine I'm just going to go straight out the front, because that's probably where I'm going to need to go. So then it's going to be interesting to see the map again, because if it's Martha's Rest, if memory serves me right, that's the friendly inn that we ended up going to when we was going through the countryside, like the first time through the countryside. So, be interesting to see how it's changed in 5 years. Hello, Mr. Hooded Man. What do you want from me?
Damn blighted bilge.
Delightful.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts.
Why is Tech keep getting mentioned?
A coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands.
Are we in the middle of the Deadlands then?
I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere. Which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative.
Can we make a deal with a lumber mill?
It just so happens, I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Now, I'm kind of curious to see what that cross stuff is, because if I've been, like, really neglectful, that's a new currency. So I'm not 100% sure. I will obviously find out. So, Curtail Falls. Yeah, look, like, the whole map's opened up again. I've got all these previous areas to go to. But I'm going to go do the Curtails. Is it the Curtails? No, Curtail's Falls is going to be one of these, but I just want to find out which one it is. Martha's Rest. Don't actually have Curtail's Falls. But there is a side quest at 3 Reeds, so... No, it is actually there. Okay. So that is where I'm going to go first. Go 3 Reeds. Ironically, I can then jump to Martha's Rest when I've got what I need. So yeah, we'll do that. Probably going to be the best idea anyway. Get it on the way kind of thing. Alright, it doesn't look like this has changed that much. Like, the greenery is still pretty much all the same, but... Oh, it's it's that area where I fought the... it was the buffalo things last time. And they were just tough. They weren't nice to fight. So
easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
Yeah, these are like Venus flytraps. I don't want to be messing with them if I can help it. Use flames, because I think they're all around me now. Yeah, that's damaged all of them. You stunned Naga. Because it's not going to do it itself. Yeah, that must be a new currency then, the green thing I saw, because there's not XP, it's not skill points, and it's not got gil.
I can't imagine Obolus needing any more than this. Time to head home.
No, we've got more things to do, Clive. We can't just head home just yet. Right then, Martha's Rest. Where is Martha?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Yeah, there's been a fire of some kind here. Jesus Christ, what's happened to your leg?
Fucking Imperials.
Okay, so Imperials invaded. Got it. That's pretty much just answered all my questions.
Let's get you to a physica, shall we?
A physica? Interesting choice of words.
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Well, that doesn't sound good at all. I imagine there's going to be like a lot of soldiers here then.
That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire.
They killed my bearer, I demand recompense. No.
The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Gonna put this. I just realised this is technically 2 quests. So pursue the garrison soldiers and make for Glade Mond Abbey. Oh my god, you okay, woman?
Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Okay.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Hold up, what?
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
Now, memory serves me right.
Thank you, Clive.
The sick people were slowly turned into stone. How on earth can they put up a fight? I need to see this. Oh, there's a dead person.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
About to find out. I imagine we are, and we're gonna find, like, track him down somewhere. Yeah, too late.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. That's 2 dead. Oh, okay, they're not dead. No, one's still alive. Don't know how he's still kicking, but he is. Jesus Christ! There's so much damage in one hit. Done. I'm just expecting that Final Fantasy victory music at the end, and it's just not coming. I'm surely I must have enough skill points now to actually buy one of the good abilities. I'll have to have a look properly in a minute.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
See, look, that's that weird currency again. That's just below Gil. No idea what that is, but I'm gonna have to find out.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Stop putting me into cutscenes and taking me out. I need to keep swapping the camera otherwise. Knock knock. Open up the door, it's real. Okay, someone's already dead. Great.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid, where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Is this going to be like Final Fantasy X when Yuda does a weird dance thing? Probably not, but I imagine it's going to be some kind of burial like that. I'm just making sure I'm getting a hold of... because I was going to literally just sprint across there, and like, you can't do that, so... I'm going to have to go wide and round. I've not seen an evil eye in a while. Or ever. A bounty monster! Okay. but stories marks. Every now and again, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While fight is an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, so that's what the new currency is, renown, the green thing. But also rare materials that can use to craft new gear or upgrade it. That's all you needed to tell me. New gear, let's go. Yes, it's literally a floating eyeball. Oh god, death magic, get out of that zone. You dodged my thing. Did Torgal just... I think Torgal just healed me. Might as well get some heal out of this. So he knows Quake. You know I can do an air dodge. $18,000 damage, good. That's one thing Rama's ability Doom. So that's what he's casting on me. Doom's works a lot differently in this game. Because Doom seems to cast itself, big AoE. I don't know if that's an instant kill or not, but it definitely works differently in this game. Done. Am I gonna hear the music? No. Still no music. So yeah, more... That's literally what it is. It's notoriety. Or fame, whatever you want to call it. Level up there, level 25. I don't know if that's the quarter point or the halfway point. I'll have to find out later on. I imagine it's going to be the halfway point though, because... Basically, Final Fantasy VII Remake had a level 50 as the max. And it feels like this game would be the same. So it feels like if you go past level 50, you're going to be way too powerful for everything you fight. I could be wrong, though. It could be a much bigger game than I thought. And level 99 is possible. But
that must be the bridge.
We'll have to wait and see. Oh, yes, Precious Tengu that I just picked up. But no, those bounty marks are interesting. I'll have to keep an eye out for the monsters from now on. Scatter the remains.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Where were you anyway? We literally just fought like a mini-boss. Could have used your help a moment ago. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to keep my eye out for those bounty monsters, because I'm under the impression I could probably guess a couple of bounty monsters that are going to show up. Because if the... I can never pronounce his name. Ahimara? I'll basically just call them Evil Eyes, because that's basically what they are. But, if that's actually one of them, then the rest of them could be a bit more predictable. Like, I think a Tonberry might be one in the later stages. I'd have to guess a Behemoth is going to be one. A Golem, like an Iron Golem. I say Iron Golem, we've already fought an Iron Golem. So maybe a red giant would be another one. Because that's like an upgraded version of the Iron Golem. Adamantoise is a bit of a stretch. Because in Final Fantasy 15 it was a literal mountain when you fought it. It's like one of the end bounties. But Adamantoise is possible, I'm going to say. I would like to see the Dark Eikons in this though, but I don't think they're in this. Which is a shame, but we'll see.
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
I'm still very curious as to what a curse breaker actually is. I'm assuming it's someone who was marks and is actually just a really skilled fighter. I'm assuming that's what it is, but I could be completely wrong. That's a new icon for a side quest. Obviously, it's going to reward reputation or infamy or whatever you would call it, but it's a Chocobo guy. Traveling trader.
You handy with that sword of yours?
No, I carry around for display.
Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is...
I'm literally slaying gods, me.
Because a flock of noble Chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
What's wrong with the Chocobos? I will help.
Right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones?
I don't know what a
Not
Chocobo is.
just any Chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Okay, that's the first I've heard of that.
Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score.
I know Chocobos are...
Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Okay, you don't have to tell me twice. Like, I think out of everything in the Final Fantasy universe,
Where can I find these Chocobos?
I'll let them talk and then I'll say what I want to say.
Across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Is it going to be a white Chocobo by any chance? Because Chocobos do actually come in different colours. Can't remember what the white one is though. I know red is for... God, it's been a long time. Final Fantasy VII did a really good job in like showing you like the different colours and what they did differently. Like...
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a Chocobo.
I'm assuming it's a white chocobo. But yeah, like, the blue chocobo used to be used to swim across the oceans. Red chocobo, I keep thinking the red chocobo was for mountains, but I'm not sure if that was the black chocobo instead. I don't know if there was a green one, but I know basically the end chocobo was the golden chocobo, and that could do everything, which you needed to get a special summon known as Knights of the Round Table. It is a white chocobo, a white feather.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind.
Apparently not.
Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Oh yeah, I'm not actually sure what white chocobos do though. Maybe they can use healing magic? I don't know. White chocobo opinion. Ooh, that's a purple item as well, so whether that's a crafting material later on or it's just a key item, I'm not sure. My god, they are taking a bandit.
I'm going down without a fight.
Okay, I like the chocobo. Can I like find it? Well, it's there. Can I like recruit it and take it back with me? Look at it.
We got you cornered, Feathers.
Why would you call them feathers?
Think you seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
I'm gonna feel like it's bullying if I use my powers. Okay, you are literally using magic, my friend. Yeah, you know what? Let's just make this battle like really easy for me. That's the only one I'm gonna use. Okay, I'm not allowed to use any more unless a boss monster appears. Then different story. Okay, we got a big guy. Big guy want to play. Okay. I'm using powers and breaking the rule. I never knew that Clive swore if you hit him. It's like the first time that's happened. You know what? I need a regen. And he's got a lot of health. I'm not reacting quick enough to that second thing. Okay, I thought I might be too high, but I wasn't. What was that? Like a big guy, both his most pathetic death sound I've ever heard. Jesus. You are free, Chocobos. Run away now. He's a good Chocobo. Chocobos are literally the only creatures I'd like from the Final Fantasy universe. They're so adorable.
White heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy?
Is he missing an eye?
Let's go. It couldn't be.
No way! That's actually really cool.
Ambrosia.
Same Chocobo.
It is you. You survived.
I just realised my camera's still on.
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
what is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are. Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those Chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Well then, looks like we finally got a Chocobo. I'm quite surprised by that. I didn't expect to get a Chocobo in this game. But it does make sense with Ambrosia's tech. Okay. I imagine I could just summon it out in the world when I want. Like, that would make the most sense. So it's now going to give me a tutorial. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia. Okay. Yep, you're coming with me straight away. Trophy as well for that.
Run like the wind.
It feels really weird to ride it because it's like the controls feel really oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not strict, but it feels, I can't think of the word. But anyway, I'm happy we have a Chocobo now. But I have to wonder something very quickly. Do the Chocobos have levels? Because, like, I don't think they do. Torgal has levels. And I'm not sure how I leveled him up, but he is getting stronger. But, no, okay, the Chocobo doesn't actually have levels. They did in Final Fantasy 15, like, if you use the Chocobo more, its sprint bar would get better. But, like, yeah, there's no need for me to do anything else here. I'm just going to fast travel back to the hideaway.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Otto's counter is now open. Okay, I'm assuming that's like shops, blacksmith, well, it literally tells me. Hunt board, patron's whisper, and alliance reports. Okay. I need to go see the blacksmith quickly, and then, well, I can go from there, I suppose. Like, there isn't really much left to do apart from go destroy Crystal. But the thing is, we're waiting because we've been going for an hour and I need to end the part. That's what we're waiting for, Clive. But anyway, as I said, I need to leave the part here. So thank you very much for watching the video. I will actually go and destroy the crystal in the next part. But if you do like it, remember to leave a like down below and comment telling me what you thought about the video. It's always appreciated. But for now, I shall see you all in the next video.